ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ Rooh-afza with Reema ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ। ਅੱਜ ਮੈਂ ਫੇਰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਈ ਹਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੀ ਪਰਸਨੈਲਿਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਯੂਕੇ ਤੋਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ, ਕੈਰੀਬੀਅਨ ਤੋਂ ਆਏ ਆ ਔਰ ਸਿਰਫ 6 ਸਾਲ ਦੀ ਸੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਇਸ ਕੰਟਰੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਏ ਆ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੀ ਚੈਲੰਜਸ ਰਹੇ ਔਰ ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਸਟਰਗਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਔਰ ਅੱਜ ਉਹ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਤੱਕ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ ਨੇ, ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਸੋ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਵਾਉਣ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹਾਂ Cassandra Hamilton ਨੂੰ। Hello G. Hi, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Reema. Thank you for inviting me. This is amazing.
No, you're most welcome.
I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah, me too. Having a conversation with you, we're looking forward for that.
Absolutely.
So ਜੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਦਈਏ ਕਿ ਕਸਾਂਡਰਾ ਨੇ ਲੰਡਨ ਦੇ ਮੇਅਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੰਮ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੋਇਆ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਰੀਫਾਰਮ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਕੰਮ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਜੈਕਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੰਮ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਔਰ ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਹੁਣ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਆ ਦ ਵੈਂਟ ਗਾਰਡਨ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਚਲਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ। ਇਸ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਪੁੱਛਦੇ ਆ। ਸੋ ਕਸਾਂਡਰਾ, how was your journey when you came here when you were 6?
My goodness. I just remember being really, because I wasn't really aware. I was very well looked after in the Caribbean. I was very spoilt. I was a spoilt child. So coming to the UK, obviously the first thing is the weather. Yeah. Weather, found it very difficult to adjust to that. And then the food was the other thing. Mm-hmm. I didn't adjust very well to the food.
I know, me too, to be honest. Very difficult.
Very difficult. And then, you know, as I started to go to school, making friends, understanding, I guess, the routines. Because I think back in the Caribbean, I didn't have a routine because I was spoilt. I kind of did my own thing. So having to get up at a certain time, get to school by a certain time, I play, I do this, I do that in school, come home, I've got to do certain things at home. It took a while for me, for all of that routine to embed. And yeah, but you know, slowly you make friends, people take you on board, and you learn your environment, you become familiar with the route for school and your friends, and yeah, I mean the language, because it's English, so that was easy to pick up and learn. But yeah, it was a shock.
Yeah. ਵੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਅਫਰੀਕਾ ਤੋਂ ਜਾਂ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਏ, ਆਮ ਸ਼ੋਰ ਮੇਰੇ ਵਾਂਗੂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਲੱਗਾ ਹੋਣਾ ਕਿ ਖਾਣਾ ਅਲੱਗ ਸੀ। ਇੱਥੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀਆਂ ਸ਼ੌਪਸ ਬਣਾ ਲਈਆਂ, ਫਿਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੰਡੀਅਨ ਖਾਣਾ ਬਣਾਉਣਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ। ਪਰ ਸਿਮਿਲਰਲੀ ਕਸਾਂਡਰਾ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਉਹੀ ਚੈਲੰਜਸ ਆਏ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਟੇਸਟ ਖਾਣੇ ਦਾ ਆ ਉਹ ਡਿਵੈਲਪ ਕਰਨਾ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਔਖਾ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਆ। ਪਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਸਪੋਇਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਕੈਰੀਬੀਅਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿ ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਐਡਜਸਟ ਕਰਨ ਨੂੰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਥੋੜ੍ਹੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮਸ ਆਈਆਂ। ਸੋ ਕਸਾਂਡਰਾ, one question, you know, when you came, you were 6.
Yeah.
Could you fit into your school? Because being a ethnic minority, did you find any difference or in any behavior? You know, how did you feel?
Actually, I went to dorm as well.
Okay.
So not far away.
Yeah.
And
in Southall.
In Southall, yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I've been in Southall my whole life. My whole family has been in Southall. So I guess I didn't feel out of place per se, or an ethnic minority. I suppose one of the things was just learning Indian culture a little bit, because a lot of the people in my class and a lot of friends were from an Asian background, because it's Dormans Wells. So that was, I guess, a culture that I picked up very quickly, and I was able to fit into quite nicely, I guess.
Yeah.
Because there were synergies, because you know, I didn't like the food and some of the culture, the colours, the ways in which our parents, you know, talk, our upbringing, all of that sort of stuff. There were a lot of alignment. So from that perspective, I guess that made it easier.
Yeah. Okay. That's good.
Yeah, going to school in Southall.
Yeah, I remember talking to my family. Yes, initially they were in Southall as well at that time, and yeah, I mean, ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ Southall ਇੱਕ ਐਦਾਂ ਦਾ ਘਰ ਬਣ ਗਿਆ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ. It became our home for us as well, Southall, and similarly, I think it's good to know that it became, you know, a home for you as well, where you didn't feel that you're an outsider and you fit into their at that time, you know, in that situation. So,
for sure.
Which is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
So now it's been years.
It has been.
And now you are running your own business, you know, the Went Garden. So tell us something about your business. Why did you think to start the business? Were you not happy in your job? What made you to start your own business?
I think in life we go through different journeys and we make different decisions based on our circumstances. And so redundancy is a point in somebody's journey, in your life, in your work history, that really allows you to reflect on what comes next for you. What is your identity? Who am I? Because I don't have my job. I don't have my job title anymore. Yeah. So what does that mean for me? So it does make you question what you're doing, what you bring to the table, what you can bring to the table. Because actually, you know, doing my own business wasn't necessarily something that was innate, that I always wanted to do. It was just something, the circumstances made me reflect.
Okay.
And so I thought about, what do I want to do? I value my freedom and independence massively. Freedom to think, freedom to question, freedom to come and go, freedom to join conversations, and have a say. You know, I think I have lots to say. I want to air that opinion. I want to share it as well. It's not that I'm not forcing my opinion on people necessarily, but I think I can add to a conversation or a situation. Then I'd like to be able to do that. And I think when you're in work, you realise how restricted you are.
Yeah, true. So, ਹਾਂਜੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਕਸਾਂਡਰਾ ਨਾਲ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਮੈਂਟਲ ਹੈਲਥ ਬਾਰੇ ਵੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛਾਂਗੇ, ਗੱਲ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ. ਅਸੀਂ ਹੋਰ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰੀਏ ਕਸਾਂਡਰਾ ਨੂੰ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਫਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਔਰ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਆਹ ਸ਼ਰਬਤ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਦੀ ਪੀਤਾ ਆ ਕਿ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੀਤਾ ਆ. So Cassandra, have you ever drank this?
I have not, no.
Okay, so let's try. I've given you half the glass if you like.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Something sweet.
Yeah, but not too sweet, right?
Not too sweet.
Yeah, I like it.
So we normally, in summertime, we use this drink to offer to other people as well, and we drink ourselves to keep us hydrated. So
I like it. Not too sweet.
Yeah.
Love it. Thank you very much.
Great. You know, so yes, we were talking about your business. How did you start it? And you really wanted to talk about it, talk to people. So what is this business is all about?
So the Vent Garden was a project and a idea that I'd thought about probably 2 years before. So just before I started full-time employment, I thought to myself, I'd like to try this kind of idea. You know, I wrote down the whole plan. I have it in my book. I dated it. And I was like, I'm not sure this is going to work. I don't know. And then obviously the job opportunity came along, so I took the job opportunity. But in the back of my mind, I was like, I really like this idea. I think it can work. I think I can make it work. And then when I got the news that I was going to be made redundant, I went back to the plan and revisited it and thought, this is a sign. I always see things that happen like that as a sign that you're destined for something more, something better, something different, however you want to phrase it. And so the vent garden was about being able to listen to people, giving people space to be able to talk, and be truly listened, because the art of actually listening when somebody's talking, we all have very busy lives. I do, you do, we all do. So the time that we give to people, to our friends, our family, to actually listen when they talk is not necessarily the same. This is intentional. When I say intentional, I mean the focus is on that individual, not, you know, we're having a chat and you go, yes, me too. Guess what happened? Guess what happened? This happened to me. Yeah. No, this is really about one individual talking and getting that connection one-on-one and focusing on what they're talking about, asking questions about how they're feeling, what's led them there, and allowing them to express what is happening in their mind at that point in time. Yeah. And it's not necessarily heavy things, because situations or events or conversations stay with us.
Yeah. Sometimes we are not able to talk, express ourselves much, and that stays in our mind forever.
We don't feel that we can say what we really think. We go, okay, yes, okay. But we go home. I don't know if you've ever experienced it. You'll have a conversation with somebody and you won't be happy with that conversation. Yeah. And so the whole journey home, you think about it. You go, why didn't I say that? What was he thinking? What was she thinking? And so it plays on your mind. And that small kind of moment sits there. You think and you think, it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and starts to take over like your thought process. Yeah. And you start to question what you're doing, what you're saying. And so this is built to help people express themselves more honestly, without judgment. Because again, I think we fear judgment.
True. Let me explain to our audience. Cassandra ने एक बहुत ही अच्छी गल कही है कि सानू किसी वेले कोई सुनन वाला नहीं हुंदा. ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੇਲੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਐਕਸਪ੍ਰੈਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਪਾਉਂਦੇ, ਔਰ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਐਕਸਪ੍ਰੈਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਆਪਣਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ, ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਮਾਈਂਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਲਈ ਰਹਿ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ ਮੈਂਟਲ ਹੈਲਥ ਲਈ ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਛੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ. ਔਰ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਾਰੀ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਕੱਲਿਆਂ ਘਰ ਵਿੱਚ, ਬੱਚੇ ਬਿਜ਼ੀ ਆ, ਸਕੂਲ ਜਾਣ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਜੌਬ ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਕਿਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲ ਕਰੀਏ. ਸੋ ਦਿਲ ਦੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਆ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ, ਔਰ ਇੱਥੇ ਕਸਾਂਡਰਾ ਹੈਲਪਸ ਬਿਕਾਜ਼ ਉਹ ਸੁਣਦੇ ਆ. Sunna bhi ek art. I think listening is an art as well.
Absolutely.
Because you are listening not to reply but to understand that person. So ਕਿਸੇ ਵੇਲੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਸੁਣਦੇ ਆ ਨਾ, ਅਸੀਂ ਸਿਰਫ ਰਿਪਲਾਈ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਸੁਣਦੇ ਆ, ਸਮਝਣ ਲਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੁਣਦੇ. ਸੋ ਇਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਆ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਕੋਈ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਦਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਦਿਲ ਦੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰ ਸਕੀਏ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ ਮੈਂਟਲ ਹੈਲਥ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਆ. So Cassandra, what do you think people should find whom? Because as I said, this is such a busy life. Kids are busy. You may not have friends and family. So how do you find, that person do you think you can connect?
It's a good question. It's a really good question, because I think you have to trust yourself. You have to want to open up. I think that's the other
true.
thing.
Sometimes people don't want to open up as well.
Yeah, they're hesitant.
That becomes very hard.
And I think you're right. There has to be a connection. There has to be a level of trust. And once that is established, it becomes very easy to be able to. The conversation will just flow, because it's essentially, it's a conversation that's focused on one person. So one person talking, one person listening, but intentional. And so it flows at their pace. So a little bit like this, but a little bit more, it's a bit more intimate because it's quieter, There's less distractions, no phones, no outside noise. The only noise you're getting is the noise up here, right?
You know, these days, social media days now, does that help? Do you think we can connect to social media?
I don't think we connect
connect.
to social media. We're scrolling, we're looking, we're searching, we're frantic.
True.
And I always do this. So whenever I go on the train, I don't go on my phone deliberately because I like to observe, I like to watch, and I like to see what other people are doing. 99.9% of the time, and the 0.9% is the 0.1% is me not on my phone.
Yeah.
But absolutely everybody else is on the phone consuming content, information, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And so can you imagine what that does to your mind?
Yeah.
Like all of that chatter, because you're watching something, but you're also thinking about other things. You can hear people talking. You've got the noise in the background. Like that's quite heavy.
Yeah.
You go into work, you set up, you've got the stresses of the day, you've got work conversations, you've got meetings, you've got clients, suppliers. All of that is conversation. You go home, you've got family, you've got friends. So one of the biggest things was that people don't talk, or the reason they don't talk to friends and family isn't because they don't trust them, but actually they've got their own stuff happening.
Yeah.
They're very busy. They're very stressed. Health issues, financial issues, relationship issues, all of that. And so it becomes just another thing to add. And so they carry this around looking for somewhere to place it.
True. ਕਿੰਨੀ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਗੱਲ ਕਹੀ ਆ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੇਲੇ ਆਪ ਹੀ ਕਿਸੇ ਨਾਲ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਆ, ਉਹ ਬਿਜ਼ੀ ਆ, ਸਾਡੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਟਾਈਮ ਆ। ਟ੍ਰੇਨ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਜਾਓ, ਕਿਤੇ ਵੀ ਜਾਓ, ਸਾਰੇ ਲੋਕੀ ਫੋਨ 'ਤੇ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਬਿਜ਼ੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਸੋ ਕਿਹਨੂੰ ਸੁਣਾਈਏ ਦਿਲ ਦੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ। ਸੋ ਬਹੁਤ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਆ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਦਾ ਬੰਦਾ, ਇੱਦਾਂ ਦਾ ਸ਼ਖਸ ਲੱਭੀਏ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਦਿਲ ਦੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰ ਸਕੀਏ। ਛੋਟੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਆ, such a small life that we have, and it's only one way life that we have.
Yes.
And we spend that life just looking at the phone, consuming everything, job, stress. ਕਿੱਥੇ ਜਾਣਾ ਸੀ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਛ ਲੈ ਕੇ? So we need to relax and share. ਜਿੰਨੇ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਕਨੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਅਸੀਂ ਦਿਲ ਤੋਂ ਬਣਾਵਾਂਗੇ, I think ਉਹੀ end ਤੱਕ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖਣਗੇ। So it's really important conversation because I've met so many mental health coaches as well, but actually it is true. Nobody talks about listening.
No.
And it's very important that somebody listen to you.
Yeah.
So about your life, did you feel at one point that nobody listens to you and you need to do something? So how come you came through all that?
Yes. I think we have all experienced a moment where somebody wasn't listening to us. I think it happens a lot in work. And I think everyone will be able to relate to not being listened to in a working environment. But also within friendship groups, because you'll say something and what's happening is they're not necessarily listening. They're listening to respond, not listening to understand. And that is the big difference, is listening to understand, not to respond. Because sometimes you don't want an answer.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want to talk about it and say, do you know what, this is what's happening with me. And a lot of the time, the one thing that most people say is, oh my gosh, I didn't know I had so much to say. I didn't know. That's made me feel so much better.
Yeah.
The feeling, it's almost like you've had a 20 or 30 kg on your shoulders that comes off and you just feel so much lighter, so much more reassured in your ability to move on with the rest of your day.
Yeah.
It's, keeping in these small, what feels small and what feels like insignificant challenges, problems, worries, stresses, frustrations, disappointments, they feel small, but together they become quite big. That's why we have a mental health problem, because we don't talk. We don't have enough people to listen. I try to practice the whole art of listening. I have a teenage son.
Thank you so much for coming to the studio, Cassandra. I think that was really, really helpful. As I said, I've never heard that listening can be that important, but talking to you now, I realize, yes, listening could be very, very important.
Yeah, I hope your listeners take something away from it, and I really appreciate being here today, and it's been lovely talking to you.
Yeah, thank you. ਵੀ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਸਾਂਡਰਾ ਨੂੰ ਲੱਭਣਾ ਹੈ ਦ ਵੈਨ ਗਾਰਡਨ ਇੰਸਟਾਗ੍ਰਾਮ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ। ਚਲੋ ਅੱਜ ਲਈ ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ।